All right, well, let me just start by introducing myself. Many of you do know me, but for those that don't, my name is Renee Tosi, and I am in my new role as the Director of the Recreation Division of Human Services. We've had many changes over the past couple of months. One big one is that we won't be seeing Debbie down here all summer. However, I guarantee you'll see her over at the farmers market and around town. We certainly are going to miss her. Another big one is that we have joined the Human Services Department, and I want to welcome Mark Craig, who has joined us on this call. He is the Director of Human Services, and I am super excited to be working with him on all things moving forward. We have a lot of fun things coming up and a lot of great things that are happening. So welcome, Mark, and thank you for your help as well. While we're on the topic of Mark, he is going to be monitoring the questions. If you look at the bottom of your screen, there is a Q&A button. If you click on that and write your questions in there, Mark will be collecting the questions. And at the end of the presentation, I will go ahead and answer them along with Mark. Okay, so about summer. I'm really excited that the COVID restrictions have been lifted. We are back to full capacity for all of our spring programs, and we'll be full capacity for our summer programs as well. We are going to be offering a lot of 1 week mini sessions, and that's where I'm going to start with this. The mini sessions are 1 week programs at a time. We have a science week, theater week, sports weeks. Oh, look I didn't even do my screen. See, this is why I don't like Zoom. There we go. I'm going to go to this one for my summer mini programs. All right, sorry about that. Let me start back. Our summer mini programs. The science programs, which are the top secret science. Many of you have had your children taking those classes on a professional development day, or it could have been over the Christmas break, April break. So we're going to offer 3 of them this summer, which would be great. There's going to be a half-day program. It's for the full week, but it's half-day for the preschoolers. There'll also be an elementary level one and a middle school. With that, we also have, like I said, the super sports and the mini sports, our theater week, which is a huge program. I don't know how many of you were able to go see the production of Grease over at the Orpheum, but Laura Canfield did a fabulous job with that program, and she's going to do a wonderful job. It is down at our Mill Street location, and it is it will be out, majority of the time will be outside. The production will be outside on the basketball court over there. She's run that program for many years for us down there as well. So I'm going to back up one because I want everyone to know about registration. All summer programs are going to open on April 1st at 6 a.m. In the past, we have opened registration at midnight, 12:01, and there were many, many issues. I woke up at about 1 o'clock in the morning to 50,000 emails about my child wasn't registered in the right group, or I forgot to do this, or I couldn't do that. I think I came into the office at 4:30 that morning. So I'm trying to avoid all of that. With that said, get a good night's sleep. Don't set your alarms for midnight. It'll open at 6 just automatically through my rec. No rush to wake up at 5:55. Take your time. Go slow with the registrations and it'll all work out. I think this is wrong. Okay, so let's see. So we've done the mini programs, the top secret science, the 3 separate weeks. Again, the half day for the younger kids, the 2 full days for the middle school and the elementary kids. They'll be doing all sorts of science experiments. I think they took home 10 experiments last year. I know one of them was making super balls, or that was the elementary kids, and that's a huge hit. And the prices are also $170 for the preschoolers and $300 for the full week for the older kids. Again, the theater week, that'll be July 25th through the 29th. That is also a half-day program from 12:30 to 4:30, and on the Friday when the production is, it's at 2:30 to 6:30. That's also down at our Mill Street location. One of our new programs is going to be called Outside the Lines and Games Galore. This is going to be a full week program. It is half games, half arts and crafts. This is a program that we've never run before, but other rec departments in the area have, and it came highly recommended to us. So I thought we'd give it a try. It's not just board games, but it could be a game of kickball outside, and I think it's all the participants will direct what games they want to play and whatnot. There'll be no video games and no electronics, but old-fashioned board games, old-fashioned backyard games. And then the arts and crafts component of it will be just that, arts and crafts. So on to our summer-long programs. We are offering 3 programs, 3 different age groups. The youngest are our little wreckers, and that's for our preschoolers. And then we have our regular booth program, which is kindergarten through 6th grade. And then we're offering this year a middle school adventure program, and that's for children entering grade 7 through 9. So we'll have anywhere from 2 to grade 9, a summer program for them. So I'll start with the little wreckers. And this program runs weekly. It's not, it's a similar program to what we run during the school year. However, in the school year, it's a 6-week program, and you sign up for 6-week increments. This is going to be a program where you're going to sign up week by week. You can sign up for 1 week or all 7 weeks. And this program is a drop-off program. It runs from 9:30 in the morning till 11:30. They will have snack. The program is, the majority of the day is outside. That is also at our Mill Street location. They will do water games, sensory play, arts and crafts. They will go inside for some story time and cool off as well. The program will have 12 children, and we have 3 staff members. Miss Claudia, who has been with me for over 20 years, from when I ran my preschool. She came over here with me when I closed the preschool and joined the rec department. I also have Miss Brianna, who joined us a year and a half ago, and Miss Abby, who is our summer help, who has been with us for the past 4 summers. So we're excited that everyone is coming back. And so again, that's 12 participants with 3 staff members. And that program is $90 a week. Again, you sign up weekly. The next group is our booth summer program. This has been one of the biggest programs here at the rec department. It's an extremely old program and has always been kindergarten through 8th grade. When COVID hit and we had to restrict our numbers, we limited it to kindergarten through 6th grade. And we found that really worked well. We were at a lower amount of participants, and this year we can go back up to full capacity. So we're super excited about that. So this program, I'm going to actually be kind of reading it from here because I don't want to miss out on anything. But so this program meets Monday through Friday. It's down here at the Booth Recreation Complex. The program is for kids entering grades K through 6. We are hoping to start the week of June 20th. I'm not sure. Who knows? It could snow April 1st. You never know how many snow days we have. If we had to start with a later date, we would. But we're hoping to start on the 20th, and it goes through to the end of August. August 19th is our last day. This program will cost $89 a week. And again, similar to last year, we are running it weekly. So unlike in the past where you would register for the whole 8-week program, you can choose your weeks. The weeks, if you know you're going to be away for a week on vacation, then you just, you wouldn't choose that week. You can come 1 week and come all 8 weeks, or however many you want to do it. The booth program runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with options for before care and after care. Before care, you can come as early as 7:30, and you can stay in aftercare as late as 5 o'clock. There's an additional fee for before care, and there's an additional fee for aftercare. Those also you can register for weekly. Unfortunately, we cannot do if you only need before care on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you still sign up for the whole week. So another thing that I am super excited about is we will be able to bring our participants down to the town pool. And it's funny, when I first moved here to town 14 years ago, I had no idea that we even had a town pool, which I'm sure many of you don't know either. But it is going to be a huge asset, not only just to our summer participants, but also to your families. We are going to start doing a lot of work down there this spring, and it's going to be fabulous. So we are super excited that we're on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to offer a trip to the pool. We will use the town buses, the school buses, and they will bring us from the Booth complex down to the Mill Street complex. The kids will swim. There's a playground down there that they'll be playing if they choose not to swim at that time, but the option is there. So that's another optional program. You do not have to go. If you choose not to go, there will still be regular Booth program here at the Booth complex as usual. The other optional program is our Wednesday field trips. Each week, we will offer a field trip. We'll go to a different location each Wednesday. And again, this is optional, and there's an additional fee for the field trips. The field trips will range anywhere from $15 to $36, depending on where we're going. Again, we will take the school buses. They will be chaperoned by the regular Booth counselors. And it'll be a different location each week, such as Spring Lake, Breezy Acres, North Bowl, Altitude, those types of places. They're always a big hit and they fill up. So we're excited to be able to offer those again. Okay, so a regular day at Booth Camp. We have many different activities. One of my favorites is the arts and crafts. We all love making the GIMP keychains and the string bracelets. I think we go through more GIMP than you can ever imagine. It's just the kids just love, they're pulling it off the reel and they're making, keychains and necklaces and bracelets. Sometimes we do it with beads. Sometimes we do the keychain rings, but the string bracelets, I still have some from when, the campers had made me my first year here 6 years ago. So that's, a fun thing that we do here. They also, with the arts and crafts, we do tie dyeing. We paint rocks and piggy banks and all sorts of fun things. Some other activities that we do are tennis, baseball, street hockey. There's always a trip to the skate park. And one of the campers' favorites, probably one of my not so favorite, is the daily walk down to the frog pond. They absolutely love catching the frogs, the toads, bugs, slimy things, and showing you and bringing them back to you with mud dripping through their hands, but they absolutely love it. So that's another fun activity for the kids. We will also be doing large group field games as well as small group field games, such as capture the flag or a big kickball game or whatnot. One of my other favorites is the parachute games when the kids are, singing the songs and playing along with the parachutes. So those are some fun things. This year, we're very lucky with staffing that we are able to hire a program director. Now that I'm down here by myself, I will need the extra help. So I'm super excited about that. As well as a program director, I'm going to have 2 head counselors. I'll have a head counselor for the kindergarten through 2nd graders, and then a head counselor for the 3rd through 6th grade. So that's exciting as well. Then we will have a large amount of regular counselors as well as junior counselors. So this is going to help bring the child to staff ratio to a smaller amount, which will just help with extra supervision, a high quality of activities. It'll keep the program flowing, the activities going. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to have a pretty extensive training program for them as well this spring. Hoping to bring in an outside source to do some team bonding and whatnot, and really get us up and prepared for the best summer ever. So that's exciting for me and everyone. So another great thing this summer that we've done in the past is we are able to use the iGo school cafeteria and gym, probably more so the gym, for rainy days. So we will have camp on rainy days, which is great. And I can't thank the school department enough for allowing us to use that. I actually just put my field use forms in, building use forms in. So I'm really excited about that. And it's been approved. So we will be here on rainy days. Again, I forgot my PowerPoint. I just sat here chatting away. There's our rainy days. Super excited. Okay, now, when we go to register on April 1st, please, please, please make sure that you are registering for the grade that your child is going into in the fall. For instance, if they're in 5th grade now, please register for group 6. I know it gets a little bit confusing, but if you just keep that in mind, the grade they're going into in the fall. With that said, I think it would be a great idea if you just jumped online and just checked your account to make sure your child's grade is correct. The MyRec server will update as of June 1st, update their grade for next year. So your grades should have stayed consistent. I know that there's been some issues in the past where grades have not been updated. And I think it's usually if you registered when your child was either a baby or not quite in school yet, or maybe in preschool, and their grade was not applicable, so they never had anywhere to update. So if you could just check that, all of you have an account, because you would have had to register for this, for the Zoom link. So just make sure your child is in the correct grade, that their age is correct, their birthday is correct. And if not, I can help you through that. Just pop me a quick email with the correct grade, age, and birthday and whatnot. Okay. So the next big program that we have will be our middle school adventure program. I have been really trying to do more with the middle schoolers, not just for the summer, but during the school year as well. I am really excited for this program. I've been talking to other rec directors in other towns, both on the South Shore and throughout the Metro West area. And a lot of the towns are doing these field trip type adventure programs. So this program will meet Tuesday through Thursday. There'll be no middle school adventure on Mondays and Fridays. The Tuesday and Thursday will be field trips. These field trips could consist of anywhere from Boundless Adventures, Faneuil Hall, a day at the beach at Duxbury Beach, Morse's Pond, taking a trip canoeing and kayaking the Charles River or something. So bigger, more adventurous field trips for the older ones. I think it'll be a big, nice addition to the programs that we already run. And this will be for children who are entering grades 7 through 9 in the fall. So if they're currently 6th through 8th right now, this is the program for them. Again, with the booth as well, I'm just noticing on my slide, we do not have, the program does not run, the middle school program or the booth program does not run the week of July 4th. On the Wednesday of this program will be a pool day for them. So they'll do Tuesday, Thursday field trips, Wednesday pool day, which is the opposite of what the booth program will do. They'll do the Tuesday, Thursday pool day, Wednesday field trips. And this will be a week by week registration as well. And this will be offered each week, June 28th through August 11th. Again, just want to reiterate that registration opens April 1st at 6 a.m. And now we will go to the questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and welcome Mark on. I think that worked.
Hi, Renee. Yeah, it did work. So they actually got a couple of emails. So I'll go to those emails first, and then I'll go into the chat box. So in the meantime, if you have a question, you want to ask it, you can definitely go to that question and answer section. One of the very first questions that was asked online, through email, was someone had two kids, a kindergartner and a second grader, and they wanted to see if their children could be together because the kindergartner is nervous about going to camp.
So yes, absolutely. They can be together. Not actually in the group where they're going to be checking in. So in the morning when you get to the Booth Recreation Complex and you drop your child off, the kindergarten through second graders are physically behind my building here. If you're looking at it, they're to the right side of the stone wall. They are check-in counselors. Each group will have 2 counselors. The kindergarten and first graders have a set of 2 counselors. The second graders have a set of 2 counselors. Their picnic tables are next to each other. So they will be together per se, but they will check in with different counselors. So each group we have a K1, we have a group 2, a group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6. Everyone will have 2 counselors. Again, there'll be a head counselor for the kindergarten, first and second graders, and there'll be a head counselor for the 3rd through 6th grade. So they will be able to be together, but just in their regular groups. And it's the back tot lot sandbox. I can't hear you, Mark, for some reason. Oh, you're muted.
But now, there we go.
Yep,
one other person asked a question of that they have been nervous to send their kids in the past and looking forward to new changes. Could you outline a couple of those changes?
Sure. Like I said, we are very lucky to be able to have some extra staff. Having a camp director, 2 head counselors, and then our regular level counselors and junior counselors will actually help with the day-to-day process, the moving from one activity to the next, keeping children engaged in an activity. I part of the reason I'm doing this is we do a survey at the end of each year, and people have reached out with different questions and comments. And I've heard a lot that the younger level kids have a hard time maybe navigating what the next activity that they should go to or want to go to. For instance, parents will see on Facebook that we did rock painting, and their child will come home and say, well, I didn't know there was rock painting. I'm trying to avoid all of that. I want to make sure that everyone, especially the little ones, the 5th and 6th graders, I'm not that worried about. They seem to know what the activity is, what activity they want to go to. But there still will be guidance for them as well. More geared towards the younger kids. We will have a lot more guidance and a lot more supervision to help them get through their day. I do know another concern is always lunchtime. We have children who eat their lunch at 9 a.m. And then have nothing at noon. We will also help guide them through that. We're here to make their day the best day ever and help them through that and guide them through. And as always, I always say, if you have any questions or concerns, even once you've registered, before you've registered, please do not hesitate to reach out, ask the question, send me an email. No question is a stupid question, if that's what you want to call it. I've been doing this for a really long time. I have some funny questions that people have asked over the course of my years of working with families and children. But no question is a stupid question. And I, as a mom of 3 and one who was always nervous about going places and doing things, I'm the one who would always ask 7,000 questions. So please ask those questions.
So now I'll read some from the question box here.
Okay.
Will kids of a certain age be able to walk uptown, and is it with a counselor? Also, will all the grades go to the IGO on rain days, or some still stay at Rec Complex?
Okay, so let me start with the Uptown. We're still, that's something that we're going to have to revisit. I do know that there's been talks Uptown being Town Hall, that it is not under our insurance policy to allow children to leave camp and come back without it being a camp activity or event, such as a field trip is you leave and you come back, but you're still with your counselors and whatnot. So there will not be the free to walk uptown, just the free for all type of thing. In the past, we have done where counselors have walked an entire group, usually the kindergarten and first graders, up for the teddy bear picnic on the common. There will be walks uptown with a counselor supervised type of thing, but especially where the middle schoolers are moving up to the middle school adventure camp, it leaves a very small group of children that would be able to walk uptown because of the age levels that we now have here at Booth. So the free for all walk up to, Cumbies to get your soda and slushy and come back on their own will not be a part of our Booth day. However, like I said, there will be, there could be a group, one of the activities could be for the 5th and 6th graders, let's say, to take a walk with, 3 or 4 of the counselors up to Foxborough Nutrition and get some smoothies or something. And maybe Sweetness and Honey if it opens up soon. Oh, and then the rainy days, excuse me. So the rainy days, yes, all kindergarten through 6th grade will be up at the IGO. In the past, I'm sure the question was, is because in the past we had the younger ones down here at the office and the older ones up there. Because we are now just kindergarten through 6th grade, where the 7th and 8th graders that used to be with us are no longer with us, we will be able to do the rainy days all together up there. With that said, the middle school adventure, if it is a rainy day, we do have the inside at Mill Street as an option. We also are exploring possibly if, let's say, it's a Duxbury Beach field trip, it's going to rain that day, we will try and switch it to going to Patriot Place, watching a movie, Splitsville bowling type of thing with an indoor activity.
In terms of the middle school adventure program, a couple people asked the questions about field trips. Will they be published before registration? And also, will the middle school adventure, the field trips, be included in that overall price you talked about earlier?
Yes. So the price of the $125 will include all of your field trips. It will include your the pool day as well. So that covers everything. I'm just in the process of booking the field trips. Unfortunately, right now, a lot of the places aren't open because they're seasonal. I have slowly started to start hearing back from places. Obviously, if we're doing Duxbury Beach, Faneuil Hall, those places don't need to be booked, but I'm trying to balance the different field trips. So if we do a tree climbing, treetop adventure or boundless adventure with a more quiet one, at the beach or something. So I will definitely have those out before the April 1st registration, as well as the booth field trips will also be out before the April 1st registration. I just don't want to give any concrete, this is the field trip we're going on, and then all of a sudden Spring Lake call me back and say, oh no, we don't, we can't run field trips this year. So until I have the places such as Water Whiz and Canopy Lake Park, the ones that aren't open quite yet, until I have them concrete and booked, I'm not going to make that announcement.
Perfect. Next question, are there discounts for siblings?
There are not, unfortunately.
Down here. What will my children need to bring with them, i.e. change of clothing, water bottle, sunscreen, etc.?
Okay, so yes, you would need, we suggest a backpack, a decent sized backpack. A change of clothes would be awesome, especially for the younger ones. We really, really, really encourage you to pack the reusable water bottles, such as, the Hydro Flask type bottle, a Gatorade type bottle. We always have the big, huge jugs of water out for the children to refill at all times. So the plastic, like Poland Springs type bottles, they're notorious for throwing them away. So then they don't have anything to refill throughout the day. You will pack your lunch every day, snacks. Like I said, the extra change of clothing, and I'll start as little as the little wreckers. They will also bring their snack. They don't bring lunch. We usually suggest that they bring a towel with them because they do get wet during their water play. The booth, the water bottle, change of clothes, anything that you think that they would need on a daily basis. In the middle school adventure, they don't have to necessarily pack a lunch if the field trip, which will also be outlined, the field trip includes lunch, or it's a place like Faneuil Hall, they can pack money to buy a lunch, that type of thing.
One of the questions, what will the ratio of staff to kids be for the middle school adventure?
So if we fill to capacity, which would be 50 children, I have a lead counselor, and I will have 2 extra counselors with them. So there will be 3, the lead and 2 counselors with the 50 middle schoolers.
Next person.
It might change if there's lower numbers. I may not have the 3 full.
Can you say the weekly prices again?
Sure. Hold on. Okay, so Little Wreckers is $90 a week. The middle school adventure is $125 a week, and booth is $89 a week.
Does the town pool have certified lifeguards? If so, how many lifeguards per child?
So we will have lifeguards down there. There'll be 3 lifeguards on staff. I am also a certified pool operator, so I will be down there as well part of the time. There's no way of knowing how many kids will sign up to go to the pool versus how many will stay back here, but there will always be the 3 lifeguards on staff plus counselors. And we will keep the counselor to child ratio low down there, sending as many as we need, depending on how many register or sign up.
Next person asked about, will field trips be known at time of registration? I think you talked about that, right?
Yes, they will. Yeah. Yep.
Is there a snack time?
So there's no real set snack time. In between activities and whatnot, we encourage the kids, just grab your snack now. The older kids, again, a lot of them carry their backpacks on them from activity to activity, and they'll eat their snacks during the day. We have found a lot of the little ones will eat their entire lunch. If they're doing an arts and crafts and they have it near them or with them, they'll eat it. So there's not a set snack time. Again, the middle schoolers are on their own for snack time. They can bring what they want and eat what they want. And there is a set snack time for the little wreckers.
Let's see here. Next question. Would you consider offering healthier snacks at the concession stand?
They might be talking about the snack bar. Yeah. If that is the case, we are up for offering anything. Any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. The children absolutely love to get their popsicles. It's great on a hot day to have that yummy popsicle. They love the Gatorades. And then the other stuff that we have offered at the snack bar, and let me just back up. Let me explain snack bar to those that would not have not been here before. So at the end, after lunch, before we meet at Big Tree and go home and our closing moments, each group is allowed to come through and go to what we call the snack bar. And it's usually bags of chips, popsicles, sometimes it's granola bars, and Gatorades, Capri Suns, and I think that's it. So they're allowed to bring, and they bring their money with them, and they come through. Most things cost a popsicle's 25 to 50 cents, depending if it's a double pop, it's a 50 cents. Bag of chips, I think, was 50 to 75 cents, and a Gatorade was $1. So nothing more than $1. So that is something that we have done in the past. And so that's what and that's what I think the person is asking.
Other questions? Lots of questions about staff to kid ratio, especially at Booth for grade kindergarten and also second grade.
So the kindergarten through second graders, I kind of lump them in as one. We have 75, we register 75 kindergarten through second graders. We will have 4 counselors, a junior counselor, and our head counselor in that group as well.
Next question, what will the drop off and pickup procedure look like?
Okay, so most of you are familiar with the Booth building, the parking lot, the field. So you will come into the driveway. You will circle around the very edge of the parking lot to the front of the building, where you will be greeted by, I'm not sure who at the time, but it'll most likely be myself, the program director, and a few various counselors, probably the junior counselors who are not assigned to a group, and they will help walk your child. Usually the younger ones, the older ones are like, bye mom, run out of the car and go. So there will be that same process, and then you just go back out of the parking lot as well. The junior counselors will help walk the younger ones right out back, make sure that they get to their counselors. If a parent would like to park the car and walk their child, that is 100% okay. And if that's what, helps your child get to their group and keeps them comfortable and makes them happy, we're all for it. So yeah, so it's usually, and then pickup is the same way. You're going to pull in. For pickup, we usually ask that you put an 8x10 sheet of paper in your front window with the children's name that you're picking up. We yell through our walkie-talkies to the groups, and they'll send them over to us, and we escort them back to their cars.
Great, thank you. Sorry, my future Booth kid just came into the room.
She needed to
know. Will there be quote unquote jobs for kids again, like cutting freeze pops, helping with a snack bar money, picking up trash?
Picking up trash, always. But yes, yeah, we always have our little helpers, and there'll always be something for them to do.
Next question, is there a way to prepay for snack bar?
Let me think about that. I'll get back to you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna kind of go back and just make sure I didn't miss something. Okay.
Okay. Does your little one have a question for us?
She can't fall asleep, so apparently going to bed early was not a great idea. I think that we answered pretty much everything. I just sort of went through my emails and didn't see anything else too. So the only other thing that I know you mentioned a few times was the registration start time. So do you want to talk about that one more time?
6 a.m., April 1st. Do not set your alarms for midnight. And again, now that we are open to full capacity, there's not as much of the mad rush needed. The one big thing I do have to say is please, please, please make sure you are aware of the grade your child is going into in the fall, because that's where it gets clustered, and you may miss out on a spot if your child's group is full. And unfortunately, what happened last year was everyone kind of jumped on the kindergarten through first grade group because it was the first line you saw. And I'm going to try and word it differently. I'm going to try and bold the grade. But again, it's not your current grade. It's the grade you're going into in the fall. And just one more thing I'd love to add is, or we say is, reach out with any questions. I try and get back to you. I try and email back as quickly as I possibly can. If I don't know the answer, I will get it to you. A lot of times people will post on Facebook, does anyone know blah, 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 and they're not always getting the correct answers. And then I find out later, oh, well, so-and-so told me that that's what they did. Reach out to me. It's much easier. And again, if I don't know the answer, I will get it to you as soon as possible.
Great. One last question just came in. Will
Yep.
booth be open to non-residents?
So in the past, it was open to non-residents. Last year, we closed it to non-residents due to the fact that we were limited numbers. For this year, I think I'm going to keep it open to just residents to a certain point. And after that, I may open it to, if there are still openings, I may open it to non-residents.
Sorry, one just came in through email too. Pick up and drop off you kind of talked about, but should parents still stay in their car?
That's your choice. If you're doing the drive-through, drop off and pick up, yes, please stay in your car for safety purposes. If you want to walk your child in or walk over to pick up your child, you may park in the middle of the parking lot so that the cars are still going around the perimeter. And then, carefully walk over with your child or walk over to pick up your child. So you are more than welcome to get out of your car at drop off and pick up. But if you don't want to, you can just stay in your car and do the drive-through loop.
That is all.
Okay, well, I cannot thank you all enough for joining us tonight. And I'm super excited. I'm excited for all of our spring programs, our summer programs. Again, reach out at any time. Questions, just to say hi, stop by and say, hey, it was great. Today was such a beautiful day. There were so many kids out there playing. The basketball court was packed. The playground was packed. So it was really nice to see everybody out there. So I'm looking forward to a great summer, a great spring and summer. So thank you again for coming.